What,
Yes,
what do
Paul.
you what are you pondering?
I'm pondering if Brainiac will be our big villain for the absolute crossover at the end of the year.
He is starting to appear in places other than just Superman, isn't he?
He is, isn't he? He's becoming a bigger problem than I originally thought he would be.
He is. Those are words I've often said. You're a bigger problem than I really thought you would be.
trying to step on a bug.
Exactly. We're going to talk all about it right after this. Before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you leave us a comment, and hit the notification bell so you're alerted whenever we upload new content. There. Now that all this has been gotten out of the way, let's let's move on first to let's talk about the Absolute Flash and what we have in here.
Really good issue, Paul.
Really, really good issue. Exactly. Um, and I thought that they were going to do okay. I'd have they turned Ralph into the elongated man, but then it was like kind of well,
I don't know. I think it could still go either way, right? It could have been like a
yeah.
joke playing on it and his
Hmm.
demise, or this could lead to that maybe. Either way, I think his wife is dead in both universes.
Right. But we start off right where we ended, similarly right where we ended last issue. Although Gorilla Grodd seems to have gotten over his father pretty quickly.
Super fast. Super fast. Yeah, we have Linda and Wally just kind of hanging out on a rooftop, just kind of talking candidly about being the Flash. And here's your chance to go public. You could be like Wonder Woman in Gateway City, kind of already insinuating and building us up to this shared absolute
You
universe and
could
the
be a woman
crossover.
and have a sword and be badass. Only you're not a woman, you don't have a sword, and you're not really badass.
Exactly. But he's not really a fan of the idea. She likes the idea of him being a superhero, and he doesn't know what to do with all of this stuff so far. He fears that if I do, what if they just want to put me in a lab and dissect me? Which, with
Right.
his background, it makes perfect sense with Fort Fox, with Grodd right there, and knowing what he knows about Project Olympus and everything.
Right. And so out of nowhere appear who have apparently been eavesdropping on these two appear Ralph and Sue Dibney. And basically they come on and they're like, have you heard anything we said? And they said, yeah, pretty much. And so they basically go back and forth about this and they have the discussion that happens in all good comics is Wally doesn't want to do this because he doesn't want to put people in danger. And then they say, yeah, but what if you don't do this? Then there'll be more people in danger instead. So it's kind of like, weigh your options.
There needs to be a formula for this. Like, we
Right,
could call it the Spock formula.
right. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. So exactly. Um, but they're saying, just as they're telling him, that don't worry about it because you don't try to do it on your own. Just as they get to the on your own, that's when suddenly Ralph gets hit by what appears to be, for those who know him, appears to be a bout of elongation because he just kind of like starts like his arm just turns like 12 times longer than it was, but we also see that there's something happening to Sue in the background as well, so it's not just him. Boom. So there's all sorts of stuff going on here.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross what's happening to him.
It is pretty gross. Um, but as all Absolute Comics are wont to do, we will take a journey back 1 week, um, and we will go and we will see, um, I believe, the first appearance of Doctor Bones, or Mister Bones. Sorry.
A bunch of people.
Yeah. But we also see within in there is we also see first appearance of Hunter Zolomon, who is Hunter Zolomon, but he was also known as the second Reverse Flash at one point too. So it was like Zoom. Yeah, he was like he was a whole bunch of different
Man
people
of
at
many
different points.
names.
Exactly. But We find out that he works for Mr. Bones, but the problem is that Mr. Bones works for Eleanor Thawne.
Yeah, which we find out she's working for somebody too.
Exactly, exactly.
They're pretty much
And so,
telling him like, you're going to go out and you're going to get us Wally West. I've got a project on the loose out here, and he's pretty elusive. And he says, I don't work for you, lady. And he finds and learns that pecking order really fast. That Bones is taking orders from her. And we also learned that about his ability. He's not a speedster. This actually goes back to what we've seen in the main universe. He's able to manipulate time. He's able to move forward and back for a small little bit of time, see a little bit into the future and a little bit into the past, and he's able to adjust the present, which can appear to be super speed from our vantage point, but it's not. So
right,
he's the perfect candidate to go wrangle in Wally West for Eleanor Thawne.
right. There's, he references the thing that happened at the complex, and then she says, "Yeah, I want you to go get Wally West." He says, "Hey, that's in the Midwest. Get Simon Dowd to go."
Yeah, who's not dead.
Exactly.
Well, he's dead, but he's not done.
Right.
I got better.
Yeah.
But we pop back over to Central City to see Wally and Linda and Grodd freaking out, and we're getting a bigger view of the whole cityscape. It looks like crazy things are happening to everyone, mutating, growing, sprouting eyes everywhere, turning into some H.P. Lovecraft looking creatures running around, and Hunter Zolomon's just casually walking through all of it, through the mayhem, the cops fighting these creatures, and just all over the place. He's just sipping his coffee as he walks and watches, with Eleanor viewing the mission with somebody right over her shoulder watching as well.
Yes. That someone would be Brainiac. So Brainiac is involved here as well. Um, Probably not all that surprising, although what he did with at the as part of Absolute Justice and everything, it was kind of there's. I feel there's like a House of Dragons type thing going on here. Like everyone's bad, but everyone's gonna basically in the end kind of go for themselves. I think.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he has a crush on his mother.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, as they watch, Hunter keeps moving through the city to the point of Wally finally putting on his suit and trying to figure out what's going on and run out there to try to help people. And he finds this woman holding her baby in an alleyway about to get attacked by some of these creatures that used to be people that have mutated. And he comes zigzags through there, gets rid of the creature, reaches out to help her. And that's when Hunter just casually walks by him. Oh, there you are. I was looking for you. My name's Agent Hunter Zolomon, and he's taking off his jacket like he's getting ready to scrap. He's so casual about it. It's super cool. He's just talking for. He's like, "Hey, I'm looking for you. I'm not the only one. Nothing personal, by the way." And Wally doesn't know what to make of. He's like, what is this?"
Yeah, and he basically tells them, I'm about really to beat you up, and he's like, "Yeah, I know that because I just saw that a second ago in the future."
And then Hunter starts putting them paws on him,
Right,
starts going in hard. He even apologizes. He's like, "Dude, I'm sorry I'm having to hit you. Like, I'm sorry I have to go so savage with you, but I've watched this fight play out 1,000 times, and you tend to get the best, so I got to put you down fast."
right.
And he does. He puts him down. Like, it was really cool. Streaks of yellow just flashing by, just beating the tar out of Wally. It was super cool. I love his casual attitude about the whole thing.
Yeah, it really is kind of cool. It's like he says like every time I look into the future, I see you getting up again, so I have to keep hitting you.
Yeah, yeah. And then he gets a call in the earpiece saying, "Good job, Agent. Now kill him." And that's
Yeah,
when we cut back over to Linda and Grodd, who are now running through the city, and Grodd's running a little bit ahead of her. And as he's running a little bit ahead of her, he jumps out in the street, and his head is magically gone, and his body just falls out on the street. And Linda freaks out. And when you turn the page, you see the other agent who was sent out in the field with Hunter Zolomon, the one responsible for all of the mutations, the body dysmorphia, the grotesque H.P. Lovecraft, John Carpenter events happening, and it's none other than who I assume to be Abracadabra, saying "Want
that's
to
what I
do a
would say
trick,"
too. Yeah,
pulling
yeah.
Grodd's head out of a magic hat.
How cool that is! A wicked, absolute abracadabra.
Yeah, and they even said that Hunter even made comments while he's walking through the city that he's never seen this guy's power on this level before. And
Yeah, he
Eleanor
called him
said, "Well,
called him the old man.
he had a little meeting with Brainiac before he went out, so
Yeah,
Brainiac juiced him up."
sure did. Um, Great issue.
Yeah, I think it was my favorite issue to date. Like it was fast paced, it was hard hitting, some pretty shocking moments which are come to be expected and wanted really from the Absolute universe. You know,
Right.
you
With
don't want it to
multiple first
simply be
appearances again.
unfamiliar. You know, you want it to really hit.
Right. Again with characters that are familiar but are new to us with their powers and everything that we see here in this story too. So
Yeah, we
that's
had
always
Bones,
always
we
kind of
had
nice.
Abracadabra, we had Hunter Zolomon, we watched Sue and Ralph potentially die.
Hmm.
We don't know, maybe it's all just an illusion. Maybe it's just magic.
You never know. You never know. Let's talk about Absolute Green Arrow number 4. I'm gonna go with.
Randy.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. This is not Oliver Queen.
Oh, I was about to say the theories have updated after this issue, hadn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
I think
But
that
we.
it's a red herring.
You think so?
I do. I still. Well, you want to talk the issue first, and then we
Sure.
can potentially
Sure.
see where our theories sit afterwards.
Right. So we get Diana Lance is basically battling Solomon Grundy to start the issue. Um, Again, still no explanation necessarily on exactly what those all those eyes are on him, but
I guess just a
um,
side effect of
other
the
than just the
experiments.
yeah, and makes him kind of freaky.
It seems to be a casual thing. Do you remember when Kaiju Bane grew so big, he had like extra mouths and stuff on him?
Hmm.
And then we just saw an absolute flash when all of these people were attacked by Abracadabra. They had extra eyes and stuff. It
Hmm.
seems to be an absolute thing. If you have a creature, it needs eyes.
The bigger the creature, the more the eyes.
Yeah,
There you go. She manages to shoot Solomon Grundy
point blank in
and
the head
point
multiple
blank in the
times.
head. Yeah, exactly.
Bang,
Finally
bang,
gets
bang,
him
bang,
to
bang,
fall
bang.
over.
And she's
And
like,
then she's not
drop, drop, drop,
right.
drop, drop already. Drop.
She's on her way, but the Green Arrow is actually trying to get into the files of Dr. Hammond um, on the computer, and he needs his biometrics. The easiest way to
Which
get
now this calls back to why he cut his hand off a few issues
right.
ago. He pulls his hand out, puts it on the
Hmm.
computer, unlocks the files, and then we cut back to Dinah. A lot of back and forth in this, almost page
Hmm.
for page kind of thing. Dinah's walking through the facility, seeing all the experiments, shocked and aghast at all the mutations and stuff that they were doing. And then she comes up to a computer that's been unlocked and she's able to see some of the information in the computer, and it kind of plays out for us as well.
Yes, and we learn the background of exactly kind of what's happening about the Miraclo and everything. So it was developed by Dr. Iker, who, for those of you who do not know, Dr. Iker was one of the first villains that Our Man way back in the Golden Age faced. Um, and we find out that the Miraclo is basically it is designed not just to give somebody an hour of power, which is what it did in the Golden Age. It basically designed to bring them back from the dead,
Yeah, reanimate your dead cells.
reconstitute. Yeah, exactly.
And they've had some successes, not as much as they wanted to see. And he's kind of talking to a guy on a table who kind of tormenting a guy on the table when he's explaining all of this to us, the viewers, and they pull the sheet back from him and said that they've mixed some of his DNA with spider DNA. It reminds me of Return of the Swamp Thing back in the day in the early 90s. Remember Arcane doing those experiments and had all the half insect, half people things? And that's what they're doing. You see somebody in the middle of the whole process that Dinah's seeing
Yeah.
the effects of all through the facility.
It's
But
funny
she
you say
actually
that because
creeps.
it actually reminded me of the Spider Noir episode.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, when he gets his powers, yeah,
Yeah,
that was really good.
that was really
That
good.
whole series. I wonder if they're going to do that in physical media.
I hope so, though Amazon tends not to. I don't think.
Yeah, every once in a while you get like Red One or some of their big releases.
Mm,
They did Hail Mary. I'm sure they'll do He Man, right?
yeah. Well, I
I
think if
digress.
yeah, I think if they release a movie to the theaters, maybe they'll do it. But ones that are just on Prime Video, maybe not.
That's unfortunate.
Hmm.
Anyways, Black Canary creeps up behind Hector in the middle of all this with Dr. Iker and this poor guy on the table, and she's pretty much like, yo, cat's out of the bag. What is going on here? Like, I'm supposed to be finding Green Arrow. Y'all are doing crazy mad science experiments. Like, the gig is up. She shoots Hector in the leg so he can't go anywhere. Asking him, where's Oliver? Where's Oliver? Like, what's going on here? You have me chasing on this person. This his corpse has gone out of the ground. What have y'all done? Where is he? And then you get a flashback to Hector explaining, Ollie isn't the good guy you think he is.
Exactly. We hear Ollie talking about arrows and everything. Green Arrow, the website on the business, and he has some not great things that he may have planned for it. Um, but he's talking. Who's he talking to? Is that Hammond?
That was his buddy that what's his name?
Oh, right,
Wasn't that
right,
his buddy who he fired or
yeah,
he separated from?
yep. Um, what was I going to say? I forgot.
Yeah, Jubal. Wasn't it Jubal? You're
Jubal
basically
Slade.
seeing them leaving a party, and it's showing you that despite all these rich people having their differences, they were all kind of on the same page. This is the big reveal for us in the story that we were led to believe that this is kind of a parallel to a lot of real world events. That Jubal Slade was a sexual predator, that he had
Mhm.
his own little island, that minors were involved.
Right,
It's all the Epstein stuff, but there's a huge twist here. None of it was that. It was all
right.
them just getting subjects so that they can experiment on them, so that they can try to crack the code for eternal life. Dr. Eicher needs subjects, and that's
Right.
what it was. It was a funneling operation for Dr. Eicher's mad scientist experiments.
It was the island of Dr. Moreau, not the Epstein Island.
Exactly, dude. It's the still bad island,
Exactly.
the
Still
not
bad
quite
in a
as bad
different way.
island.
Right, exactly. But the flashback then ends with Oliver talking to Jubal Slade and about how, maybe he could become mayor, and he's like, or maybe you could even become president.
Yeah, yeah. They were talking about like he kind of calls Ollie out in the conversation, like, dude,
Mm,
you say you want to do all this stuff, but what have you done?
right.
What have you actually accomplished? He's like, well, I can be mayor. Like, why would you even waste time being mayor when you can be president? Like, what are you trying to actually do? You say these things, but you haven't done anything.
Hmm.
You throw a fundraiser, you donate to this cause. What did it change other than just make you feel good?
Which is funny because that's actually almost the exact discussion that Green Arrow had with Green Lantern back in Green Lantern 76 when they first went on their hard traveling heroes.
That's really cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I don't think this is Jubal. I forget who this guy is. This Hector got in the car and left, but I forget who this guy is that he's talking to. Yeah, I'm trying to call him by name. I don't know who he is. It's just another rich person, but I forget who it is. I think it was the first time that we met this person. Edvin, whoever
Well, that's
Edvin was.
that's Dr. Eicher.
Oh, that's
And,
young Iker. Okay.
right.
Yeah, so he was talking to young Iker this whole time. So yeah. But then we cut back to the facility. Dinah's got Hector dead to rights. And he gets up to pretty much show her something. Like, you have questions, I got answers. They walk past Solomon Grundy on the ground, who hasn't moved since she put 37 bullet holes in his head. He grabs a curtain and he pulls it back, and we see none other than Oliver Queen in this state of existence, dead and dismembered.
Chopped
They
into
said,
pieces.
yeah, we went and got his body. We were trying to get him to wake up, and she's
Hmm.
just mind blown, and she's in shock. And while she's in shock, Hector, who talked about Grundy being the most successful case they've done yet, he just screams, "Grundy, wake up! Do you hear me? Revive!" And he does, and not in a
Hmm.
traditional way. A giant mouth opens on his back. Very John Carpentery again, consistency
Hmm.
across the absolute stuff. His body stands up in a weird new way. It's almost like a new body grows out of the corpse of the old body, more
Hmm.
monstrous than before. Tentacles, arms, extra eyeballs. It grabs her, and then he takes two arrows to the eyes out of nowhere.
Right. And it's obviously someone who knows that his skin would not be penetrated by arrows, but his eyes could be.
Yeah, take him out as
But,
quick as possible, then hits him. Then Green
but
Arrow hits him with an electrical blast. He's getting shocked. He's got arrows in his eyes. He still manages the backhand. Green Arrow. Dinah put some bullets in him. He's growling. All kinds of stuff is happening. That backhand that Green Arrow took actually hurt him. He's stumbling, and she's having to help carry him, kind of thing. And in the process of all of this, Grundy gets his hands on him and removes his hand. That's what it ends with. Hector screaming, "Take his hand," kind of like a tit for tat, and he
exactly.
does.
So we'll
And
see
that's
where
how it
that leads
ends.
us to.
Fantastic issue. I don't know up from down anymore, Paul. I don't know right from left. Nobody's got hands. But if he leaves that hand there, maybe they can identify who the arrow is.
Good point. Good point.
Now, on to theories. You said at the start of this, well, you don't think it's Ollie anymore. Obviously, because they pulled the curtain back and we saw where the missing corpse was. It's right there. It's in pieces and it's not animated.
Although his head looks a lot more intact than it did after Absolute Justice.
I thought that same thing. But they were trying to revive him, so maybe they were able to a degree, get some cells to kick back
Mhm.
in or something. Who do you think the arrow is?
I don't know. I guess I'm guessing maybe it still could be Green Arrow if it was like maybe an earlier version or something. Maybe they, there's multiple tries to try to revive him, and
Well,
maybe
you
that
see
was
what Grundy just did?
just tore his hand off. That
No, when he woke back
all
up.
right? Yeah, he almost looked like Clayface, basically growing out of the ground again.
Yeah, separate body, a new
Right.
body came out of the old one, and the old body looked to still, like
Mhm.
I'm thinking I'm still on this. Absolute Green Arrow is mirror is Hour Man. I'm still on that since we first got the Miraclo thing, which that ties into like the Arrowverse with the Miraclo and
Mhm.
some stuff they did early on with that. I think maybe we can get an even more sinister, crazier twist on Ollie, and there's still something going to be about like he's reanimated for a time period and he's going to have to take the Miraclo to stay animated, kind of thing.
Mm.
But the only way I can see that happening now is if a new Ollie grew out of the corpse of the old Ollie.
Right. And it also will be interesting to see, do we find out by the end of the first six issues, or now that we know it's going to go beyond 6 issues, is it one of those like Twin
They
Peaks type thing where
extended
they
it.
thought it was going to end with a mini series, and then they gave them a series, and so like, well, we can't tell you who killed her yet, then.
When here's another one. What if that little kid at the end of issue 1 that we haven't even thought about since is a young Oliver Queen that was.
So you think when they grow them, they go through the entire aging process?
I don't think there's any consistency to any of it. Seeing
Mm-hmm.
how all the experiments on the table were, seeing what happened with Solomon, and we saw that little kid had all those eyes. So he's clearly been through the program, right? He's clearly
Right.
something that's been experimented on. Maybe that was Green Arrow, that little kid there.
That could be.
Maybe he doesn't stay that way. Maybe you know what I mean? Like maybe that's why Oliver kept him there because it's a younger version of himself that he rescued or something. Maybe Oliver cloned himself before he died.
All good possibilities.
I don't know, man. The sky's the limit, and it's frustrating and it's so fun.
Right. I don't see how they. I mean, I guess they probably could because apparently Martian Manhunter was selling very well, but they ended it at 12. But um, it was doing. There was a report. Bleeding Cool does their weekly things where they contact these different stores and they get sales and everything. And
Yeah.
apparently, Absolute Green Arrow sold twice as many issues as the second, which was the Daredevil run. So it's
Whew.
last week it sold twice as many as the issue that came in number 2.
So I've talked to a couple of big, like, hardline Green Arrow fans, and was told that they can't fathom it being Ollie because he killed Connor. The
Mhm.
Green Arrow killed Connor in issue 3 or whatever it was. There's so many. I don't know, man. But if
Hmm.
this isn't the original Ollie, if it's just like a.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that whoever Solomon Grundy was before, he was like that.
Yeah. Born on a Monday. Yeah, that's all I got.
Me too. Definitely worth it. Two great issues again. But that's going to be it for this edition of DC Comics Deep Dive. Don't forget to like, don't subscribe, leave us a comment, hit the notification bell so you're alerted whenever we upload new content. But that's going to be it. We will be back next week. I am Paul. He is Mark.
We're Legion.
And you're now leaving Sector 2815.